Now, SUVs might be the flavor of the season, but the sedans are still very much there in a lot of segments. A lot of people buy sedans for the sheer comfort of the rear seat or a silent, chauffeur-driven experience.
And hence this video, we'll be checking out all these three cars and check how isolated and the silent cabin is for the front passengers as well as for the rear passengers.
Now, this will be done at both a standstill, like a red light, as well as at moving highway speeds. So, which of the three cars is the winner? Well, let's find out. So first of all, we'll start with the oldest car in the segment, the Volkswagen Virtus. Now, every car on the inside at a standstill will have 6 tests.
And to start with, we'll be keeping the AC at off, half blast and full blast, and we'll be checking the overall sound levels for the front passengers as well as for the rear passengers.
And to measure that, we have a proper sound meter, and in this I will press the minimum tab, so to know the lowest possible sound level. For example, I'll switch it off, switch it on. For the minimum right now, just speaking to you guys, this is the kind of levels. So we have 2 cameras, one up front and one at the back. Let's start with the first one. With the AC off and the fan completely off, the car is on. How silent can the cabin be? 44.1, which I want to show it to you on the front camera. 44.1 decibels on the rear camera. So with the Virtus, engine on, AC off, 44.1. Time for the second test, wherein we'll put on the AC and fan at half speed, and the fan direction is not directed towards the sensor, it's slightly down, so try to find a lowest possible minimum level on the sound meter, starting right now. 54.9, and for the third test I'm gonna increase the fan speed completely, reset this. .4 for the full blast of the Virtus. Now on the back seat of the Virtus, the engine is on, but the AC and the fan is completely off. What is the minimum possible levels starting right now?
43.9, I guess extremely silent, better than what we had at the front. What happens with the AC on? Time to check that out.
Yeah, AC on and half fan speed.
So with AC at half blast, now we'll be checking out the minimum levels for the second row passengers. It's time to start. It's 50.1, better than again what the front passengers had. What happens with the full blast? Now it's time to switch to that.
As you can make out, the fan noise is a lot, and for the rear passengers, the minimum with the full blast starting right away. 64 is what we have at the rear, 64 decibels. 64 decibels at the rear, and yeah, it is on the noisier side, but that's what we do for the Indian summer. And now in the new updated Honda City, it's actually a facelift. Again, 3 tests up front with the AC fan off, fan half and fan full. So starting with the fan off, it's pretty hot outside, but work needs to be done. Perfect. For the lowest possible, starting right away. .44 is what the city manages, 44 decibels if you are at the back, the lowest possible. And now we'll increase the fan speed to half. In fact, start the fan, it's pretty hot today in Delhi. Fan to, is this half? No, this half? This half? Okay, fan to half, and again resetting our meters.
52.3 with the AC running at half.
52.3, not bad.
I guess yes, pretty impressive, at least for the sort of air that we have right on our faces at this fan speed. Time to switch to the full blast, I guess.
Yeah, let's go. Reset the meter, full blast. 64.7 at the full blast, and by the way, the city does not offer you cooled seats, which the Virtus had inside, so good for the summers. So now we'll switch over to the rear seat for all the 3 tests. And now in the Honda City, a car known for a superb rear seat experience, but in this car the headroom can be a small hindrance. Anyways, we'll switch off the fan completely and we'll try to capture the minimum levels. Yeah, fan off.
43.2 with AC off, of course. Now what happens with the AC at half blast? We'll be switching on the AC to check that out.
Okay, fan at half speed. Abhay behind the camera is helping us. That's it. Yeah, half. Yeah, perfect. So I'll reset this. 48.5 if we have the AC at half blast, the fan at the half blast. This is what the city man is at the back, 48.5. And now going full guns for the Indian summer. Fan speed at max, reset, and here we go, max.
59.2 with AC at full blast. Let me tell you, that is impressive. I am really satisfied even with the blast that I have. This is not very cool outside if we talk about the temperature, I guess, and the cabin comfort and the AC performance with these sound levels, impressive in my opinion.
So the city does have a comfortable rear seat. It's quite as well. The only issue with the city is that if you are tall like me, the headroom is a small of a hindrance. Now to the newest kid on the block, the Hyundai Verna. And now in the newest option in the segment, the all-new Hyundai Verna, we'll switch off the AC and we'll try to find the lowest possible reading with the engine only on. This is the DCT turbo. 43.1. This is fantastic. 43.1 is the reading for the Verna with the AC off. I think pretty good. Now we'll put the AC at half fan speed and try to see the lowest. Perfect. Reset.
56.1 is what we have at half blast. With the full blast, well, the figures, it's time to check that out, I guess.
This is loud. Let's reset. 67.1. I think it's on the louder side, but that's also a factor that the fan can move at a higher speed to give you better cooling. Nevertheless, at full blast, 67.1 is what the Verna does up front. Now for people sitting at the back, is it quite enough? Let's go there. The new Verna is all new in every aspect, including for the rear seat passengers. Fabulous place to be. Anyways, we're here to check out the quietest cabin. So the AC is off, the fan is off, the car is on. The figures coming up.
42.9 with the AC switched off. Pretty impressive, I guess.
Super good. 42.9. I think new Verna has improved across a lot of parameters. Away behind the camera, if we can put on the fan to half speed. Yes. Perfect. Half speed, and we will now reset. Ignore the people in the backdrop. 51.3 is what Verna has done with the AC fan at half levels. 51.3, and now going full blast for the Indian summer.
61.8 for the rear passengers, and what my personal impressions are, I think it's the most powerful throw that we have had out of all the three cars.
Yes, it is loud, but it can cool down the cabin if you want instantly in summer. So this is how the cars are faring on the inside. The winner, well, let's just calculate and see the winner, and then we move out to the highway speeds of around 70-80, not too fast. Again, the front seats and the rear seats for the performance. Now for the moving test, again first in the Volkswagen Virtus, we will be keeping the fan speed at 50%. We'll maintain 80 on the cruise control, and then the sound levels in the first row and the sound levels in the second row. So cruise set at 80 kmph. Nitin will now see the minimum coming in, and over to Nitin right away.
61.6 is what we have as the minimum reading. The speed, it is at 80. The AC is still on the 50% of the blast. What's your opinion on this, sir?
Well, let me reserve my judgment because we have two more great cars to drive. But for now, we'll switch over to Nitin. Will switch over to the rear seat to show you the sound levels at the back at 80 kmph. So Nitin is at the rear seat at the 80 kmph mark. Let's see the sound levels.
80 speed on the speedometer, I would say. Minimum sound for the rear passenger at that speed with 50% of the AC running, 63.3. What happens with other cars? Well, we'll be checking that out now.
Yes, so 80 kmph in the Hyundai Verna now with the AC at 50%. Let's start the meter.
.1. What about that, sir?
I think it's slightly more than the Virtus, right? Slightly. But pretty close call, 61.6 versus 62.1. Pretty close call. Now, we'll do a second run, which we're doing in all the cars just to be on the sure side. U-turn and once again 80. So 61.6 Virtus, 62 Verna. I don't want to find a winner because they are pretty closely matched, so both are neck to neck. But now the second row of the Verna has improved a lot, the new generation for the rear passengers. But is it quite there? Well, Nitin will tell you from the back.
80 on the odometer, the minimum sound for the second row. Time to check that. .9. Quite impressive if I compare it with this front seat. Now what happens with the Honda City? Well, time to check that out.
80 on the speedometer, first row AC at half blast. How quiet is the city? .7. So I think 61.6 was the Virtus, 62 was the Verna and 62.7. City is surprisingly not so quiet on the front row, but it's meant to be chauffeur driven, so Nitin goes at the back. But before that, second round we'll do once more, as we're doing for every car. We'll do a second round on the City front seat and see if there's any difference. .4. So first round was 62.6, second round is 62.4. That's where the City belongs, and I will still keep my reservations in place. I'll not judge the car because the second row is something that City is known for. So let Nitin give you the report and updates from the second row.
Again, round number 2, 80 on the speedometer. What sort of minimum levels can we expect? 62.4 is what we have for the second row of the Honda City. Again, round number 2, 80 on the speedometer. What sort of minimum levels can we expect? 62.4 is what we have for the second row of the Honda City.
What an interesting day with 3 cars for a unique test you have not seen anywhere else. Now, I'll give you the verdict for the standstill. If your AC is off or you are in winters or in a cooler environment, it's the Hyundai Verna that is the quietest of the lot. However, if the AC is running, the Honda City beats the Verna and the Virtus for the quietest cabin. However, at 80 kmph,
well, at highway speeds of 80, it was the Virtus which was quietest at the front, and the Verna where it was quietest for the second row of the passengers.
So you can see picking one single winner is very, very difficult. However, sometimes you guys have been asking me, Bunny, the quietest cabin, which one makes more noise, the road noise, cabin noise? I think the answer, a transparent, genuine answer, lies in front of you.